Hey, this is Nick Gadarzi with Defiance Machine. So hunting season is coming up on us. A lot of questions is like, what do you do to get yourself tuned in for hunting season? And so I thought I'd bring you guys along because I'm starting to practice for my hunting season, which starts with coyotes, then goes into deer and elk. So you take yourself just a blank sheet of paper. What I'll usually do is I'll put in dots for your shooting positions. So I got prone here, then I'll have standing, then I'll go another dot kneeling, I'll go another dot sitting. So these are main 4 positions that I'll practice. So I'll put that up at 100 yards, and then I'll start just by shooting one shot from each position, and next day I'll time myself, see how long does it take me to get in the position from standing, kneeling, or sitting. And then I'll really watch the size of the groups. So once I shoot prone 100 yards and I'll verify that my rifle is on, I'm really only going to concentrate on 3 positions, which are standing, kneeling, and sitting, because I believe if you can shoot from those 3 positions, you got yourself covered from anything out there you might see in the field. So I'll bring you right along. I got 4 positions, 4 dots marked to represent 4 positions: prone, standing, kneeling, sitting. I got them written a little bigger here so I could see them from 100 yards through my scope, make sure I'm shooting the right dot corresponding to the position I'm shooting from. So once I shoot 100 yards, I'm really going to concentrate on the 3 positions, watching the group size, and just take one shot under the stress of a timer, and I'll show you how that goes. I'm at my 100-yard board. I'm going to get this paper up. A lot of people ask, why do you practice 100 yards? Well, because you take variables out, like the conditions. You take the wind out, you take spin drift, you take all those variables out. Now it's just me and the target. Where I break that trigger and where that bullet goes is not going to be affected by the wind, the sun, and the spin drift. It's just going to be Nick and the target. I'm going to set up a GoPro on target. It's going to record everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and you guys get to see it all. So I'm going to load up 3 shots. I'm only going to take 3 shots prone, and then everything else is just going to be time starts now, get in the position, 1 shot. What I'm also going to look for is going to see if my point of impact is going to be different from like standing versus prone. And I'm going to be able to see that by shooting different positions. So today I'm practicing with my 6.5 PRC, which is my coyote to elk rifle. I use it for everything. So I'm going to use my lightweight bag with Get Light. I'm going to use my lightweight bipod, lightweight rifle. Everything lightweight. Macmillan stock is carbon fiber, so everything's super lightweight. What I'm going to hunt with, that's exactly what I'm going to shoot those groups with. So I just verified my rifle at 100 yards. It shot pretty good group. Shooting Hornady factory ammo. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to simulate like I'm walking and I need to set up for a standing shot. So I'm going to start up a timer, take 1 shot, do that again sitting, do that again kneeling, and I'm going to practice that maybe a couple days a week and just really pay attention to consistency of the group and the size of the group.
Time starts now.
The standing shot took me about 40 seconds, so it's obvious I need a little practice after winter hibernation. So I'm going to do the same thing, start the timer, go kneeling, and take a shot at 100 yards.
Time starts now.
So I just came back from a Wyoming training where we train a bunch of hunters, and the biggest problem I saw is what's setup. So people can't set up a good position to take a shot. So that's why you're practicing all the positions that you may encounter. So this is sitting position. Same thing, I'm going to start the timer and let it roll.
Time starts now.
So another day we're practicing the standing shot. Cold bore, cold shooter, no dry fires. You don't get to do any of that when you're hunting. So we'll start the timer, take a standing shot.
Time starts now.
So my second practice shot from standing position, I already shaved 7 seconds. Practice does wonders for you. So I'm going to take a kneeling shot, start the timer, and go from there.
Time starts now.
So I've been averaging about 30 seconds from time starts now to set up and take a shot at 100 yards on paper. So I'm going to practice my last sitting shots. Do those 3 shots again the next day, and I'll report back to you guys. So from the last practice session, it was obvious that I needed practice. I think my standing shot was like 45 seconds and it wasn't like a super good shot. So over here practicing, and I wanted to talk about standing position. So when I shoot off a tripod standing, I really don't want to be set up too high. I'd rather be a little lower than too high. And what I pay attention to, that the one of the legs goes to the target. So when the rifle's on top of this tripod and it recoils, I wanted to recoil straight back towards the shooter. So I'll set up my rifle. I'll get on target. And when the recoil happens, I want that rifle to track straight back into my shoulder, come back on target. I'll stay on the scope and see my impact. So I pulled off the 100-yard paper after what I call a shooting checkups. Like you go to the doctor, they check up on you. It's the same thing here. It's a little exam for your shooting abilities before you go hunting. 3 rounds prone to verify the rifle on day 1. Then you shoot 1 standing, kneeling, sitting. Repeat that for 2 more days. 12 rounds total, but each tells you the story of how tight of a shooter you are. And here's the story from my shooting. Prone, rifle shooting pretty good with factory ammo. Standing, I opened up to about 1 inch. The groups are consistent, they're high. Sitting and kneeling, I'm averaging about 1/2 inch. So it looks like I need to practice a little more standing and try to tighten those groups are. But at least I know, like if I stand, I'm a 1 MOA shooter. If I kneel or sit, I'm a 1/2 inch shooter, and I can take that to various distances depending on the size of an animal. This is Nick. Remind you to practice hard. Missing is not an option.